Chelsea fans, it's going to be a mental couple of weeks for the transfer window closing at the end of the month. And I'm predicting 12 players will leave the football club. Majority with permanent deals being done to move away from the club. A couple maybe on loan. And I'm going to break down the players that I believe we're going to sell this particular summer with their potential fee. And I want you guys to take a look at it to see if you agree with me on the reason we think we're going to be sold and the fee that you think we can command. And we can come to a total at the end of the video. One thing's certain. I'm sick and tired of seeing the memes and seeing all sorts of stuff about Chelsea training with hundreds of players on a football pitch. I've seen the three-tiered team bus. I've seen all sorts about us. We could put 4 teams out in the Premier League when it comes to this weekend, the amount of players we got in our squad. It's an absolute joke. We're an absolute joke of a football club right now. And let's get into this particular video because players will go. So without further ado, let's get started with the first player that I believe will leave the football club, and that's Kepa. Kepa Arrizabalaga, who dreams of going back to Real Madrid, but Lunin's going nowhere. He's happy to play backup, second fiddle to the snake Courtois. So Kepa's at a bit of a loss as to his future. Chelsea need to shift about 18 goalkeepers right now, and he's one of them. And there is links to Napoli. Napoli don't believe in the goalkeeper they got there, and they're eyeing up a cheap deal for Kepa. I'm of the opinion we can get between 15 and 20 million pound for Kepa if he's sold on a full-time basis. Let's face it, he's had an in-between career at Chelsea. Brilliant moments, some awful moments, in and out the side. Unfortunately, everyone's going to remember him for the bust-up, but it's so sorry in the cup final. But Kepa's the first one. He's going to go. What do you think about Kepa going and the fee? Let me know, comment section. Second, Georgi Petrovic, and I'm shocked at this because I thought he played well last season when he came into the football club. Well, coming to the team, I should say, after Sanchez got injured. Had a bit of a nightmare form-wise, Sanchez, and Petrovic stepped up. Yes, he made a couple of mistakes, but for the most part, Petrovic was good. And he played a pivotal role in our one defeat in 14 games at the end of the season that takes us to 6th place, which still isn't good enough for Pochettino, but he's now USA manager, so fair play to him. But Georgi Petrovic is one that I am shocked at. I'm genuinely shocked at. Let's just have a look. What do you think? 25, 30 million maybe, Petrovic? But he'll be another one that will go on a permanent deal. So Kepa and Petrovic, the 2 goalkeepers that I think will go. Possibly a youngster might go out on loan. I think Bettinelli's still going to stay there. He's quite happy to be third choice. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section. So defenders. And as we all know, Trevor Chalobah is up for sale. Trevor Chalobah is not rated, or Trevor Chalobah is being touted as being sold because we need the money for pure profit. Because unfortunately, we've played this only the football club like playing Football Manager, bought everyone with a price tag, a ridiculous transfer policy with 2 clowns in charge of it, and just the owners are doing just been an absolute joke with what they're doing. So as a result, Trevor Chalobah's got to go. And Chelsea are looking for a fee of around 40 million for him. West Ham, Palace potentially, and others are looking at Chalobah, including Newcastle. If Newcastle don't get Gurhey, they're going to go for Chalobah. He's going to go, so we better take the money. So let me know what you think about Chalobah going and that fee. Comment section. Another surprise now. In addition to Petrovic, I'm surprised with the fact that Ben Chilwell, I think, is going to go. We're reading that they're willing to listen to offers for him. And the game at the weekend was a big, big clue because he sat on his arse in the pre-season friendly against Inter. Bearing in mind he'd been training all pre-season. Cucurella's been there for 4 or 5 days. He's straight into the team. Chilwell's there, getting his fitness, looking to play and doesn't get involved at all. Chilwell's going to go. Now, how much do you think we can command for Chilwell? 30 to 40 maybe? Let's just go top 40 million. Chilwell, he's going to go. So if we can get 40 for both Chalobah and Chilwell, that's a hefty 80 million on 2 English defenders. I don't want to see either of them go, to be fair. Let me know what you think. Chilwell and Chalobah, comment section, and the fees. Let's move into midfield now, and the nightmare situation for Conor Gallagher. An absolute embarrassment, an absolute joke. We've all seen on social media the clip where he's out in Madrid and he's expecting to go and get the deal done, and then somebody says to him, oh, by the way, the Amoridon deal's now fallen through and now it's in danger of your move. Do you know what's happening? And he hasn't got a clue. He ends up having to fly back to London on Tuesday, and he's banished to the under-21s with Chalobah. training there because Chelsea is still trying to get a deal done with Atletico, which all hinges now on João Felix coming in, who's happy to come back to Chelsea, but Chelsea don't want to pay the full amount. Bearing in mind Atletico paid 120 million for him. They're looking for at least half of that potentially. Chelsea, of course, want to do a staggered or this ridiculous move that they do with transfers now. So Gallagher is in limbo. And there is reports now that the likes of Tottenham, the likes of Aston Villa are monitoring what's happening with Gallagher. Chelsea need him off the books one way or the other. We're aware of that because of the nightmare and the mess they've made with their signings and the money. So if Atletico falls through, Villa and Tottenham will swoop and Chelsea will have no choice but to sell him. Hopefully, 40 million for Gallagher. Let me know what you think about that whole situation in the comments section. It's an absolute joke. The next one is yet another surprise. Chilwell's a surprise. Petrovic, surprise. For me, Chalobah was a surprise. Gallagher, surprise. Based on, what I believe they should be in our squad at least. Anyway, the next one up is Chukwuemeka, who I tipped of having a big season last year. At this time last year before the season started, and he started like a house on fire. He got his first Premier League goal away at West Ham, played great, took his goal fantastically well, got injured and missed most of the season. Chukwuemeka for me is someone that has got an immense skill, he's got immense talent and potential. He can change a game on an instant. He can create, he can score goals, he can get involved. Apparently Chelsea are willing to listen to offers for him and they're looking to double their money. Again, 40 million from 20 that they paid for him. 40 million for Chukwuemeka. Shocking, absolute shocking. Let me know what you think about him. Comment section. Next one is Cesar Casadei, who basically has gone out on loan a couple of times, done well, and now is being linked as part of this deal that Chelsea are trying to get for Victor Osimhen. I'm hearing reports of Lukaku, Casadei plus 45 million euros. Anyway, Casadei is going to go one way or the other. Whether it's a permanent move away or loan, I think it'll probably be permanent. I think he's probably going to have enough and go back to Italy, if you ask me. Either way. Casadei, 20 million, 25. What do you think? Let me know. Comment section. And then breaking news this evening is Leslie Oguchukwu is going to go on loan to Southampton for the season. I saw a great comment from Chelsea Youth on Twitter. One of our most prominent players this pre-season. Of course, we're going to loan him out and get rid of him. Brilliant. He'll go on loan to Southampton. There is no option to buy. He's 20 years old. Chelsea rate him highly, as per the reports on social media. Oguchukwu will go out on loan but come back next season. We're going to move into the strikers now, and there's 4 strikers that are going to go, and the first one is Armando Broja. Now, Broja hasn't got a future here, unfortunately, and again, pure profit. Went to Fulham, couldn't cut it over there. We made 4 million out of it because they didn't play him enough. But Broja's looking to move, and I think you're looking at about 20-25 million for Broja. I still think, given an opportunity and a run of games, that he can do a job for us. Those people upstairs and the decision makers who have been fantastic so far have decided no, and he's going to go. So, 20-25 million for Broja. What do you think? Let me know. Comment section. Next one of the early signings from this particular ownership, based on data, purely data, David Datro-Fofana. He's going to be sold. I reckon you'll get 20 million for him. Unfortunately, he doesn't cut it in the Premier League for me at Chelsea. Fofana for a Chelsea forward and what we need and what we expect, and how we need them to sort of link up our play and create goals and change games by themselves. He's not that player for me, and he's going to go. Penultimate player is Romelu Lukaku. God's sake, I can't believe he's still here. I can't believe he's even had a picture taken with a kit on. Anyway, Lukaku is going to go. He's agreed a deal with Napoli. His personal terms are already done, and this all hinges on whether it can get tied into Victor Osimhen. Let's see what happens. But one way or the other, I think Lukaku's going to go. 25 million maybe, 20 to 30. He's got to go one way or the other. And finally, the 12th player on my list is someone that could be priced out of a move because of his wage demands, unless he lowers them and unless a big club comes in. Will Man City come back in for him and take him back based on the players they've now lost in Alvarez and Victor Bob? Or, have they just completely cut ties with him? Or could somebody else, a big hitter, come in abroad or in our country? That's Raheem Sterling. There's reports that if João Felix comes in, Sterling's out the door. He's the highest earner at the football club, reportedly £350,000 a week. It makes sense they're going to try and get him off the books because he's not going to command a start in this particular team this season, I don't think, based on the players that we've signed. And the fact that Nkunku's back and fit, I think that Sterling will be out the door one way or the other. So 40 million for Sterling, maybe 45. So that's the 12 players that I'm looking at on screen right now, because I can't remember what I've quoted and what I'm going to add up, is how much I believe that if those players go for the value that I'm quoting, that we're going to make. In addition, don't forget, to 3 players that have already left the football club for money, which is Ian Maatson to Villa, also Lewis Hall to Newcastle, and Amari Hutchinson, who also went. So we've made just short of 100 million on those 3, plus this amount on screen, making more than enough money. More than enough money. So let me know what you think. Do you agree with me this exodus is going to happen on these 12 players between now and the end of the transfer window? Could it be less? Could it be more? Let me know what you think in the comment section. But that's it from me. Put a like on it, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications. You're notified my videos come out. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. This particular style of video. If you've never seen it before, welcome. I'll see you guys soon, hopefully. Man City Sunday. God help us.